what are you, 32 now, 31?
I wish. God, I wish.
You look amazing, dude.
Thank you.
You look the same in all of your photos. No, I'm being
so much.
serious.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So you started out, and nobody knows, and I'm going to say this, and some people hate it because you're locked in stone for this. Grease.
Right. My very first film.
The nerd for the Grease.
Yeah.
You're known for that.
Yeah.
And doing WarGames, Dexter's Laboratory voices over that. But you started out as a comedian, am I right?
Stand-up. I used to do stand-up back in the day. I worked at the Comedy Store. I worked at the one in L.A. twice. Yeah. Then they transferred me to Westwood, and I bombed. I tanked, and I go, this isn't for me. You tell the jokes, and there's crickets, Oh, sure, but you expect me in the morning. And the crickets.
But I see
Never went back to it.
Your personality seems like you would just be ideal for comedy. I mean, you've got
it was a stupid audience. They didn't appreciate my genius, Yeah.
So, and that actually pushed you over the catapult to do acting.
Yes.
And
Grease was my first. I lucked out.
How did you get that?
Grease, I wasn't even in the union, believe it or not. I went in, I auditioned for Grease.
Not even one of the cards? Not even a voucher or anything?
Nothing. Absolutely. I went in. They paid for my union thing. Paramount paid and got me in the union.
Do you know how lucky you are?
No, I did luck out. Because there's that catch-22. You can't work unless you're in the union. You can't be in the union unless you work. It's a catch-22, so I beat it that way. I was very lucky. Yeah.
So you got that. You got Grease.
Right.
And then did stuff just start happening for you?
Yeah, after that it started rolling. I got a turkey called Laser Blast, the B movie, but I had his crush on the script girl, Betty Goldberg, wherever Betty Goldberg is, I was in love with her. And I Want to Hold Your Hand. I met Bob Zemeckis, who later put me in Polar Express. He remembered me years later, wrote me in Polar Express. So, still the best director I ever worked with.
You know what the amazing thing is about Polar Express for you?
Yes,
is
sir.
that people always see this character and they're like, that's the guy. Everybody will say this.
Right.
And I remember we were doing the morning show because we had the girl that sings, the guy that sings in the back of the train.
Right.
They came on to talk about it, and I'm like, is that Eddie Deezen from... And they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But people are like, that's Ed. That's the guy from Grease. I mean, do people know that was you, but they thought it was another person playing you?
No, a lot of people know, some don't, but a lot of people do. They'll go, that's the guy from Grease, Or they'll go, that's Mandark. They'll go, that's Mandark, because that's a cartoon voice.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, but and then after that, you got... what happened? How did you get into the cartoons?
Then I got into cartoons. I had a hard time memorizing lines, to be honest. I couldn't do it. And cartoons, voiceovers get to just read your script, which I like. When I did Polar Express, I had all cue cards. They got me Bob Hope's cue card holder, and I read the whole thing. The last day of shooting on the set, so Tom Hanks, he goes, what the fuck are you doing with cue cards? He goes, what are you, fucking Marlon Brando? He laid it out for me the last day. I thought he thought I was unprofessional, but I just literally can't remember a lot of lines. I can't do it. That's why I went into voiceovers. If I do on camera now, I need cue cards like Brando. I have to have them.
There's nothing wrong with that. So do you prefer the voiceovers rather than...
No, I'd rather do on camera. I'd rather be seen, and all.
But I'm looking at you right now. I'm surprised you're not doing or hosting some kind of reality show for Sci-Fi.
I should,
No, but I see you doing, and I wish at Sci-Fi, you gotta listen to this. You do like your nerd stuff where you host the games, or ladies and gentlemen, we're doing the contest for the game show right now.
Yeah,
we're playing video. That is you.
Maybe one of these days.
No, let's talk to you. Where's your agent? We got to do this.
I got to get a good theatrical agent.
This is your agent.
Okay.
You got to do this. All right, what are you working on right now? What do you
Nothing. Pretty much, I just do these shows right now.
Honestly, just chilling
I got back to L.A. in January. I was very sick 3 years ago. I had to go home to Maryland to be with my family, and they've taken care of me for 3 years. Then January, I was all better, and I came back to L.A. So I've just been doing signing shows around the country right now.
My God. Yeah. So name off some of the cartoons you've done. Can you do that?
Dexter's Laboratory.
Which is amazing.
The Polar Express, of course, was the big one.
Of course.
I did Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken. I did a bunch of SpongeBob's. I did the SpongeBob movie, SpongeBob's Hawaiian, whatever that. I did with Tim Conway. Tim Conway's my old friend, and we got to work together in that.
Wow.
So I've done a lot over the years. Oh, I did a lot of Scooby-Doos. I used to do a lot of Scooby-Doos,
Eddie,
back in the day.
You're awesome. Look at all this stuff you did.
Well, thank you.
And are you just blown away about how these Comic-Cons work and people come up to you?
I love it. Well, the joy of it is you meet the nicest people. These are the most
Eddie,
wonderful
I'm telling
people.
you, I'm not a nice guy.
Well, you fooled me, okay? You fooled me good.
That's because I have a cue card to tell me to do that. Go ahead.
But you meet these wonderful, nice people, and it makes it all worthwhile. You make good money, but the people's what makes it special.
Yeah, this is great. And what other Comic-Cons are you coming up next?
I'm not prepared. I'm doing one in my home state, Maryland.
Okay.
And I'm doing, later in the year, I'm doing a Polar Express tour, for Universal.
Wow.
We're touring around on a Polar Express. I'm going to be in L.A., Texas, Florida, Maryland, all around. We're going to ride on a Polar Express train. That's going to be like in November.
Jesus, you're really good.
Yeah.
Your voice is very, very good, too.
Well, thank you.
For reading stuff.
I appreciate
listening to you here. Eddie Deezen, how can people reach out and find out more about you?
Well, look at eddiedeezen.com is my site, my website. And you can always see me on Facebook. I post every day religiously on Facebook. I put out new posts. So go to Facebook and you'll see me.
I love you. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. You are awesome.
My pleasure. And don't forget to listen to Nerd Side Podcast. It's one of the best podcast shows going. It's a great show. So make sure you listen to it. It's a great show.
It's on SiriusXM. Then it turns into a podcast. You're awesome. So that's Eddie Deezen, actor, connoisseur, chef, and everything. He's a nice guy.
He's interviewed by a couple of different shows.
He has?
Through the years. Yeah.
Oh. He's a good guy. He's a really nice guy. I can't believe how nice he is. I kept saying.
He definitely put an impression on you.
He did. It's very rare that I can meet somebody I actually talk with and they really open up about and let them. It just.
And he's been in a lot. He's been in the Weird Al Show, Punky Brewster, Happy Hour, Beverly Hills Vamp. So he's been. And then what's the animated series? Like when you were.
Dexter's Laboratory.
No, and
he's also in the Polar Express.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He did a great job there.
Yeah, he really did. All right, so let's get back to some Halloween stuff. So we're going to throw this out to you, AMV. A survey by Realtor.com reveals that 33% of people have lived in a haunted house or one that might have been haunted. Would you buy a house that is haunted if you knew it was haunted?
If I knew, no.
Yeah. There are some houses that they buy them because they're haunted, and that's an add-on. But it's supposed to be a very nice entity or poltergeist from the house.
No,
63% of people would be willing to buy a haunted house if they could get it for less than full market value.
Well,
ooh.
San Francisco, yeah, I bet. A lot of people say yes to that.
Yeah. You can kiss that money goodbye. Top warning signs of a possible haunting: cemetery on the property. Really? Followed by a home being at least a century old, a very low price, and close to a battlefield. Wow. 75% of people. That's true. Do you know you can still find bullets at Gettysburg?
I didn't see any when I was there.
That's because you weren't looking hard enough. 75% of people wouldn't buy a home if they saw levitating objects during their initial tour. No shit. Jesus.
Now, what if kids are watching?
I just got to say that. Honey, that thing is levitating. Oh, my goodness. We're not going to buy it. 63% of people wouldn't buy a home if they saw a ghost during their initial tour. Really? 61% of people wouldn't buy a home if they saw flickering lights during initial tour. Well, I wouldn't buy it because I think the electricity
is bad. It's an old house.
It's old house. 60% of people wouldn't buy a home if they heard strange noises during their initial tour.
Called rat. Rat.
All right, candy now. A survey by Real Me Not reveals that 56% of people plan to buy Halloween candy for themselves. I used to do that all the time. 46% of women and 35% of men have stolen Halloween candy from their child. Be honest, how many times do you do this, AMV?
Have you noticed October, November, December, it's all about bad food, bad food, bad food.
Because it's always about bad food, consumerism, buying and anything. They're trying to do stuff. It helps the economy.
I know, and then you have to go to a gym and then lose all the weight or buy new clothes that you can't fit in.
Thus, the economy it makes more money. So, have you ever stolen candy from Halloween candy from your child?
I don't steal, I just take.
Oh, it's all about the wording. You can say anything. You can say anything.
I bought it. I'm not stealing.
You didn't buy it. They went trick-or-treating.
I got them in, bought the costume, got the car, got the gas. They came out of my vagina.
The candy? That's not candy I want. And you should be giving that to kids. 80% of people say Halloween
is extra flavor. That's
that's called sugar-free. 80% of people say Halloween's getting more expensive.
Yeah.
True. It is true.
But if you want cheaper costume, do you know what the biggest 2019 Halloween costume trends are?
What's the other one? The game, Fortnite.
So guess what? From Marie Claire magazine.
What is it?
Marie Claire. Well, first, who is Marie Kondo?
Marie Kondo? Isn't that you?
Isn't that? Who is that?
I don't know. Who is it?
I don't know. But then Ali Wong from Always Be My Maybe. So these are all reasonable. Hannah B from The Bachelorette.
I don't know.
Right?
Are these adult costumes?
Yes. So Rue Bennett from Euphoria. Right? Maddie Perez from Euphoria. Have you seen that show? That's like, oh my God. Agent H, Agent M from Men in Black International. That would be
That's
cool.
big.
We should do that together.
Oh.
Miley Cyrus Post, Liam Hemsworth. Oh, Miley. What did you do to that poor boy? Meryl Streep from Big Little Lies.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I like these. Joyce Byers and Jim Hopper from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
He's so big compared to her. Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. Right? Just take off your shirt, guys. And be fit. I love this one.
Ew.
Billy Ray Cyrus and Lil Nas X in Old Town Road.
Oh, that's a good Halloween
That's
costume.
huge. Cool. Megan Thee Stallion. The U.S. Women's National Soccer Team.
Yeah.
I'm saying this wrong. I know Game of Thrones friends are going to hate me. Missandei from Game of Thrones. Basically any Game of Thrones. Last Hurrah. Elton John from Rocket Man. I like that.
Well, that's good.
This one, I'm surprised to see it's all over the place. Red from Us. It's hella scary. You weren't scared for that movie?
And they're doing in Los Angeles, or Universal Studios, their Halloween thing. They're doing an Us display. You've got to walk through it. I haven't seen it, but I heard it's good. Real good. And what are the other costumes?
That's it.
No.
I mean, you want me to look at top kids' costume?
No. It's okay.
You know what costume that was a big hit is all those inflatables. And I was told, like, no, you wouldn't want Mario on top of Yoshi. Yoshi?
The thing is you got to put batteries in it, and over the course of the night, they just run out.
I'm sorry, but just guess what? He got complimented, like, I think 25 times. But Princess Belle...
You're right. That's what we look for life. Being complimented. And we just shouldn't do it.
How many times do you say, hey, everybody, subscribe to our show? We are Your Nerd Side, the podcast.
That's not...
We need you. Like us on our Twitter, and we're also on Instagram. Hello.
How is that liking? How is that...
Exactly. Anyway, I am right. Anyway, best sellers on Amazon are for your kids' costume. Princess Belle costume. I like the Princess Belle costume with the Deadpool mask that we saw yesterday. Marvel Avengers.
Yeah, but
Baby
they cut
boys.
in line. We were at a Halloween house, and they cut it in line.
No, those boys who were just, you know what their costume was? Brats. And then superhero costume.
Kids these days just don't have no respect whatsoever for. They just.
You sound like the guy to get off my yard.
I do get it. I take my fist and raise it up and go, get off my lawn, you goddamn kids. That's how it is. You got to focus on that. A few more things before we start wrapping up the show about Halloween. And don't forget that the next show, we are not going to be in studio. We are going to be out and about ghost hunting. And it's going to be in a winery this time, a haunted winery where there were a few deaths and murders.
Just give me a couple of bottles and it'll be scary for you.
We're taking Paul this year. He's bringing his camera again.
What do you mean this year? It's every year. It's Paul.
I like going with Paul.
This is your mistress.
Paul is pretty good.
Having an affair on me, Paul.
So Paul is pretty good because Paul wears this, what do they call them, duster jackets? Or what do they call them? The one the Cowboys wear? He wears that Indiana Jones jacket when he goes out with this, and he brings like 3 cameras and sets them all up and tries to catch orbs. We're all around.
You have to be careful. One of these days, you guys going to get a demon latch onto you.
No.
If that shit happens, I'm sorry. I'm getting a sledgehammer.
So first off, if I had a demon leech onto me, it wouldn't be the first time. It's called my ex-wife.
Oh, my God.
And that demon sucked me to hell and took half my life out of me. So I've had it before.
He was a sweet man before.
It was.
He really was.
Until she took my soul from my rotting corpus, carcass, or whatever. So a survey by Confused.com reveals that 30% of people believe at one time or another their home has contained a spirit. Thus, AMV.
What?
You think there's a spirit in your home, correct?
Oh, heck yeah.
Well, 25% of people say a poltergeist has moved their possessions. Is this true?
Remove possessions?
Moved your possessions, like moved it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
No. 15% of people say doors have opened and closed by themselves in their home.
Yeah.
15% of people have seen a ghost.
Heard them.
Well, yeah, you can hear those ghosts, especially when...
Shit. Yeah. Well, excuse my language. 40%. But they scratched my leg.
That's called my toenails. 40% of people
sorry, you were in my bed when I was 10 years old.
That's pretty gross, dude. 40% of people would not live in a home if they knew something bad had happened there, such as a murder.
No murders happen here, I don't think.
10% of people have tried to contact the spirits in their home. Have you?
I pray to God to take them away.
All right. Fourth and last thing about Halloween before we wrap up the show. And if you have any Halloween comments or you want to, yell at AMV, always do it on our social media.